The king penguin is a champion of fasting. He eats nothing for 5 months a year. He lives from his body fat and loses about 7 kilograms of weight at minus 60 degrees Celsius. He loses approximately half of his body weight. It's a huge difference with us, humans. We always eat, except when we sleep. Most eat 3 daily meals and also snacks, and don't forget soft drinks, and at the end of the day, the inevitable sweets. We are a society of abundance, so the food industry is delighted, but our bodies are not. This has a downside in the form of obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart faults, or hypertension. But not only the 3-day meal is a tradition. Periodic fasting is tradition as well. Christianity, Islam, and Judaism have well-defined fasting periods. Meanwhile, secular fasting programs are gaining popularity. Fasting is the strongest medicine, wrote a doctor and philosopher Paracelsus in the 16th century. But is this true? Stay with me if you want to know more about it, because science provides us with series of exciting discoveries. But before we start, make sure you have subscribed to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my new videos on mental health, psychology and empowerment, which I post every Friday. It is certain that an abundance of food damages the body and the brain. Especially the Western diet with many processed foods has proven to be fatal to the body and mind. People who have endured 3 days of fasting notice an improvement in their mood. Fasting, therefore, works in the same way as antidepressants. The body gets less of the amino acid tryptophan, a precursor of the neurotransmitter serotonin. Serotonin is also known as a feel-good hormone. Normally, the body gets tryptophan from food. During fasting, to compensate for the deficiency, the nervous system reduces the number of serotonin transporters in the places where brain cells contact each other. Because serotonin is being normally removed in these places, this actually increases the concentration of serotonin. Serotonin remains lower and his effects are stronger. But what happens if people eat less than 500 kilocalories for several days? Already after 24 hours of fasting, complex sugars are broken down in the liver. Because the brain is crying out for sugar, the metabolism has to adapt. The body will get glucose from alternative sources, such as, for example, body fats. This allows us to survive without solid food for more than 30 days. You don't have to starve that long. That would be unhealthy. But a short fasting period seems beneficial, as research on animals suggests. Fungi, flies, rats and mice, they all live longer and have a healthier life if they eat moderately. They have a more balanced metabolism. Inflammatory markers in their blood drop, as do blood pressure and heart rate. It was already known that a continuous calorie restriction would extend the life of animals. Periodic fasting also has a beneficial effect on insulin and glucose in our blood. This way we run less risk of diabetes. It also appears to inhibit the development of some diseases. The brain gets a boost. New nerve cells arise from neural stem cells, and especially in areas responsible for memory, a hippocampus. At the same time, a lack of food means stress. This sets a number of defense systems in motion. Thus, the cells produce more enzymes that repair DNA damage. As a result, fasting test animals survive longer. It seems that motor problems in Parkinson's and cognitive problems in Alzheimer's could possibly be reduced. Fasting also affects the energy factories of our cells. The production of these factories is stimulated and the energy production is more efficient. Finally, food shortage fuels recycle processes in our nervous system. Fasting seems to have beneficial effects by laboratory animals. But what about humans? Humans and rodents are different. Pain patients and people with high blood pressure or rheumatism seem to benefit from fasting, which can help them to light up their symptoms. Much research on intermittent fasting in humans has not been done yet. In one of the studies, 60 elderly people fasted every other day for 3 years. It turned out that there were half as many deaths and days in hospital in comparison to the non-fasting group. However, more research is needed to draw further conclusions. There are different schemes of intermittent or periodic fasting. If you would like to fast, the best is to consult your doctor. It's certainly not recommended for children, pregnant women, and breastfeeding mothers, as well as for people with an eating disorder. The downside is that after a few days of fasting, some people can be tempted to overeat. Still, for most people, there is no harm in reducing calories from time to time. In conclusion, eating almost nothing now and then is not only good for our body, but also for our brain. Fasting makes us happy because it has a positive effect on our mood. It ensures that our body cleans itself up. It may even prevent dementia or other chronic illnesses, or at least relieve symptoms of illnesses. I hope you found this information helpful. Feel free to express your thoughts in the comments down below or on my Facebook or Instagram pages. Have you tried intermittent fasting? If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell before you go. But also give this video a thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.